Imagine this. You're looking directly at something. It's right in front of your eyes. Bright, obvious, impossible to miss. But your brain decides you don't need to see it. And just like that, it disappears. Not because your eyes failed, because your brain edited it out. That sounds impossible. After all, your eyes are supposed to show you reality, right? But what if you've never actually experienced the world exactly as it is? What if every second of every day, your brain is quietly rewriting reality before you're even aware of it? The truth is far stranger than science fiction, and it's happening right now. Think about driving home. Have you ever arrived and barely remembered the trip? Or searched everywhere for your phone, only to realize it was in your hand? Maybe you've stared directly at something, yet somehow couldn't find it. These aren't just funny mistakes. They're clues, because your brain has one impossible job. Every second, your eyes collect millions of pieces of information: colors, shapes, movement, sounds, smells. If your brain tried to process every single detail, you'd be completely overwhelmed. So instead, it cheats. It keeps what seems important and quietly throws the rest away. Imagine walking through a crowded city, hundreds of faces, cars passing by, people talking, birds flying overhead, signs, lights, buildings. Your brain could never pay attention to everything, so it becomes a filter. It asks one simple question: what matters most right now? Everything else becomes background. Scientists call this selective attention. One famous experiment proved just how powerful it is. People watched a video and counted basketball passes between players. Simple enough. But while they were counting, someone wearing a gorilla suit walked straight through the middle of the scene, stopped, beat their chest, then walked away. A shocking number of people never noticed the gorilla at all. Not because they weren't looking, because their attention was somewhere else. Your brain didn't fail. It followed instructions. It decided the gorilla wasn't important. So it simply disappeared from your awareness. If your brain can hide a gorilla, what else is it hiding? Here's where things become even stranger. Your brain doesn't just react to reality, it predicts it. Imagine reading this sentence. You don't recognize every letter one by one. Your brain guesses the next word before your eyes finish reading it. Most of the time, it's right. That's why reading feels effortless. The same thing happens when you walk through your home. You don't carefully inspect every chair, every wall, every door. Your brain already expects them to be there. Instead of rebuilding reality from scratch every second, it fills in the blanks. Think of it like watching a movie online. If your internet slows down, the video player predicts the next frames to keep everything smooth. Your brain does something surprisingly similar. It's constantly making its best guess about what's about to happen. Usually, those predictions help you, but sometimes they fool you. That's why optical illusions work. Your eyes send the same information to everyone, yet different brains can interpret that information in different ways. The illusion isn't inside your eyes, it's inside your prediction. Most people imagine memory as a video camera. You experience something, you store it. Later, you play it back, but your brain doesn't work that way. Every time you remember something, your brain rebuilds it. Imagine taking apart a puzzle every time you wanted to look at the picture, then putting it back together again. Each time, tiny pieces might end up in slightly different places. That's how memory works. Details fade, new information slips in. Your emotions can even change how you remember the same event. That's why two people can experience exactly the same moment, yet tell completely different stories years later. Neither person is necessarily lying. Their brains simply rebuilt the memory differently. Your memories aren't perfect recordings, they're living stories. Stories your brain keeps editing. At this point, you might wonder, if my brain edits what I see, predicts what's coming, and even rewrites my memories, can I trust anything? Surprisingly, yes, because your brain isn't trying to fool you, it's trying to help you survive. Imagine trying to notice every leaf on every tree, every crack in every sidewalk, every sound, every smell, every tiny movement. You'd never make a simple decision. Your brain edits reality for the same reason a map leaves out tiny details. Not because the details aren't real, because they're not useful. A map doesn't show every blade of grass. It shows what helps you reach your destination. Your brain does exactly the same thing. Reality is simply too big, so your brain builds the version that helps you live inside it. Think about that for a moment. The world you experience isn't a perfect copy of reality. It's the best version your brain can create using limited time, limited energy, and limited attention. Every conversation, every memory, every familiar face, every beautiful sunset, every ordinary day. Your brain is making millions of invisible decisions without asking you, not to hide the truth, but to help you make sense of it. So, is your brain editing reality? Absolutely. Not because it's broken, because it's brilliant. It filters, predicts, repairs, reconstructs, and simplifies a world that would otherwise be impossible to understand. Right now, as you're watching this video, your eyes are collecting far more information than you'll ever notice. Your brain is deciding what deserves your attention, what deserves your memory, and what quietly disappears forever. The next time you lose your keys, miss something obvious, or remember an event differently than someone else, don't assume your brain failed. Remember this: the world you experience isn't simply what your eyes see. It's what your brain believes is worth showing you. And somewhere, even as this video ends, your brain is still editing reality.